Hello and welcome to California. Today we are going to transform a little bit of leftover lamb into a spectacular lamb pasta dish. Yep, we're going to take the lamb, we're going to chop it up really finely, hit it with loads of flavour explosions. I'm talking lemon, rosemary, garlic, chilli, parmesan, all good things that go with lamb. And we're going to make it into this wonderful dish. So first things first, we need to get the pasta on. So I need a big pot of boiling water, lots of salt, and let's chuck the linguine in. We need to get the pan on. Let's get a good glug of olive oil in there. Don't worry too much about how much olive oil is in there. We need it to coat the pasta so you get that lovely flavour explosion with every bite. So that's why we use so much olive oil. And we all know that rosemary and lamb is a cracking combination. So I'm just going to pick the leaves off a sprig of rosemary. We're going to chop them up nice and fine, and then we're going to get those in the pan. You can see them fizzing away there. And that's going to make a lovely infused oil. At this point, I also want to add a good pinch of chili flakes. We've got a rosemary and chili oil building together here. You might call this a zucchini, I call it a courgette. But what we want to do, we want to cut it in half, slice across the top, into battens, and then into a really small dice. And it's got to be a small dice because it's got to work with the linguine. So that's long and thin, and we want to kind of cling to it rather than be a big chunky vegetable. Anyway, let's get those in, and we're going to cook them in the rosemary and chili oil that's kind of beautifully infused. So we'll just cook those for a few minutes. Now with the lamb, I want to chop that up to almost the same size as the zucchini, as the courgette. Yes, courgette. So we're going to chop that up really, really fine, and I'm also going to need a couple of cloves of garlic, and we're just going to crush and chop them as well. Now, the zucchinis look, I can't believe I said again. Okay, so the courgette is looking really good. That's nice and cooked. We're going to add in the lamb and the garlic now. And you notice I cooked the courgette before the lamb because the lamb is already cooked. It's been roasted and it's leftovers. So we don't want to overcook it. We just want to always reheat it and toss it in all these flavours. And let's also add a little bit of salt and pepper in there at this point as well. I've got some rocket or arugula. It is translation corner over here today. So we're going to put that in and just let that wilt down in the heat of the pan. And the one thing which we also want to do, we want to bring some life and freshness to this. So I've got a lemon, and we're just going to use the zest of a lemon and get that in there. Now, Christmas is coming, and if you want a top tool for Christmas, get yourself a microplane. Best thing in the world. You basically use it and it can just take off that very top layer of zest, and it doesn't really go down to the pith unless you press too hard. Don't do that. Pith, bad, zest, good. Right, the pasta's done, so let's grab the tongs, get the pasta into the pan, and what we really want to do is make sure we coat every bit of pasta in this lovely flavoursome oil and all that good stuff. Now also let's grab some parmesan. I like to get that in, get that melting straight away so we've got those flavours together.